For our project, we decided to take a look into the diversity amongst the Greek life present in our campus. In looking into the subject matter, we discovered that while our campus has a large and great Greek community, the diversity within the organization is not as great as it should be. As a matter of fact, it is almost non-existent as a wide range of racial groups seem to be left out of this social aspect of campus life. Greek life is an extremely common part of college life all across the world. These organizations create a sense of community and forge lifelong friendships and professional relationships. This sort of experience is something many students get to benefit from, yet on our campus this experience is not always available to all students.
Here at Georgia Tech, our Greek life is composed of 32 fraternities and sororities, all of which have houses here on campus. There are also 9 historically black fraternities and sororities affiliated with Georgia Tech, but none of which have homes on campus. This discrepancy in what parts of Greek life on campus has homes is one of the ways that the African American community here at Tech has undergone marginalization. With this marginalization of African American students here at Tech in regards to Greek life, it is very apparent that we face prejudice when it comes to being a part of Greek life present on campus, and we're not given the same benefits with the Greek life we do have off campus. To take a closer look into how AA students face prejudice in the Greek life at Tech, we interviewed a few students to get their opinions and compared them to the responses of other students. First, we started off by asking about how students here at Georgia Tech felt about Greek life on campus.
So my favorite thing about Greek life and sorority life in general is probably the connections that it allows me to make. It's a really good place to get mentored for academic help. There are some really good connections with the alumni and the current members that help you out with jobs. They can help you out with classes if they've already taken them. In addition to that, it's a really good outlet for social events and a good way to meet people.
Many of the students had positive responses to how they felt about Greek life in general, as the main purpose for these organizations is to be beneficial towards its members. But next we asked how students, especially African American students, felt about rushing and why they chose not to. One of the girls we interviewed said, and quote, "The Greek life on campus is not something I would feel comfortable joining because it would just seem awkward. They have all these interesting events and experiences that I would like to join but can't."
From this, it is very evident that many of the African American girls who wanted to rush and be a part of Greek life didn't do so because of the fact that they felt they would simply feel awkward or that they would be the only one in terms of racial identity. Greek life has so many benefits that so many people don't get the chance to enjoy, simply because they fear not fitting in. This sense of not fitting in goes hand in hand with the otherness learned in class. These students aren't a part of the social norm, but are on the opposite side of normalcy, looking in on what's going on socially. We next asked students to what level they felt the Greek life on campus was diverse. One of the interviewees responded, and quote, "I don't feel like Greek life at Tech is diverse enough, but I don't blame it all on the sororities and fraternities. As an African American girl, I feel discouraged from rushing by both the sororities and by other African Americans. The sororities don't outright say not to pledge, but it's hard to want to when you will be the only people of your race in it. You tend to feel somewhat out of place in those moments, but I also feel pressure from other African Americans to not pledge to a predominantly white sorority. Greek life on our campus seems to be divided. The organizations directly on campus don't discourage people from certain races to join, but they don't encourage to any degree either. And this is where the marginalization comes into play. Students feeling that they will be alone or not included because of their race or ethnicity, although they may actually be in this organization, is what stops students from pledging altogether.
Our campus has 8 historically black Greek organizations affiliated with the school, none of which have homes on campus, and the few who do have houses located off campus and nowhere near the same size as the ones present on campus. So, students who may not feel like they can join a predominantly white Greek organization are often encouraged to join these Greek organizations. Historically black Greek organizations are great social atmospheres to be surrounded in. They have their own culture and set of rules that differ to the Greek life we see on our campus day to day, but overall share many, if not all, the same benefits to their members in terms of relationship and connection building. And while students have the option to join this Greek life, if they feel they won't fit into the Greek life on our campus, they aren't given all the same benefits if they join historically black Greek organizations. Jocelyn, a black student, reflected and said that the Greek life on our campus have so many more advantages than our Greek life does, such as a meal plan. Because we don't have houses on campus, we don't get the benefit of a cheaper meal plan with more dining points. We also have to Uber to all of their events, and houses are in areas that we are not familiar with. These disadvantages are part of the problem African American students here on campus face. While we have our own, so to speak, Greek organization to go to if we feel unwanted prejudice at the Greek life we have on campus and choose not to join, students are still put at a disadvantage.
So to change this issue and create a more diverse atmosphere, we propose that room be made on campus for at least one of the 9 historically black houses on campus, or creation of an entirely new house that would focus on diversity. In doing this, we will hopefully be able to create new space where African Americans and other students who don't feel like they are being included can have a Greek organization at easy access right on campus. There are plenty of obstacles when it comes to putting a new building on campus, the biggest being cost and space. Our campus has undergone several cosmetic upgrades over the past year, proving that cost is no major issue. Georgia Tech has an extremely large campus, so finding a spot to add on a new house should be relatively easy. Alternatively, a serious effort should be made to diversify the houses already present on campus. Diversity programs such as OMED have been extremely successful on campus in the past. Perhaps starting a campaign to diversify Greek life on campus would be successful.
In conclusion, many students on campus feel that they do not have a place in Greek life, and that needs to be changed, whether it be by the houses changing or the addition of new houses on campus. There is no reason that a student should feel that they are not being included in an activity that is meant to be enjoyed by all.